Well, welcome to the Good Old Days of Radio Show. This is John Tefteller. It is Tuesday, and Tuesday means Comedy Day. I teased a little bit last week about doing something special, so let me explain what we're going to do for the next few Tuesdays. I don't know how long we're going to do this, but for a little while. As some of you know, if you listen to this podcast regularly, I have an extremely large collection of original radio transcription discs. Now, for those who don't know what that is or have never had it explained to them, it's a record that is 16 inches in diameter. That's 4 inches larger than a normal album, like you were used to buying in the 2000s, and even now they still sell albums out there. But these are 4 inches larger, and they run at 33 1/3 like an LP would, but they are radio recordings, and the studios used to cut them on aluminum or glass transcription discs, and they would be a big hunk of aluminum or glass with a lacquer coating over the top, and sometimes they put labels on them, sometimes they just scrawled in grease pencil what the particular show was. But in any case, those are the source material for almost everything you hear in terms of old-time radio shows, whether it's on this podcast or the radio or anywhere else you might hear them. What you're listening to originated on either a 16-inch transcription disc or an original master roll of reel-to-reel tape. Now, they didn't start using tape until the late 40s, so anything before about 1947, and I believe it was Bing Crosby that was the first one to introduce tape to the world of radio with his Philco Radio Time show in 1947. So anything before 1947 does not come on tape of any kind. It could, and occasionally did, get recorded on spools of wire, and we've never discussed that before, and I have some spools of wire here that someday we'll have to figure out how to deal with those. But it was either tape after 1947, or it was transcription disc or spools of wire. That's how you got radio recordings. And I've been collecting them since about 1971, 72. I'm not the first one in the world to collect them, but one of the first. Well, at least one of the early collectors of the stuff. There are people that are older than I am that collected them before me, but most of those people have either sold or passed their collections on to me. And so now I'm holding all these vast amounts of transcription discs, trying to figure out what to do with them, and I have very limited time. So consequently, they tend to sit here, either in boxes or on shelves or in climate-controlled storage lockers, but suffice to say, there's tens and tens of thousands of them. A lot of them, not all, but a lot of them are things that are circulating around the internet in different collecting circles. Copies were made by me. I haven't copied transcription discs in years, but copies were made by me or friends that I loaned them to back in the 90s or earlier, and so there are a lot of them floating around. But during the period since the mid-90s, when the last time was that I actually sat down and transferred radio transcription discs onto tape or digital. I never did digital until now. It's always been reel-to-reel tape, but now we're moving into the digital world. Of all of the recordings that are piled here, there, and everywhere in my house, warehouse, etc., there are a number of shows that I believe, and producer Daniel has helped verify this, I believe are not floating around the internet or floating around amongst the collectors' circles. And so in an effort to fix that problem a little bit and share a little bit of what's here, producer Daniel went and fished out a few things which we will be featuring over the next few weeks in the comedy section of the Good Old Days of Radio Show podcast. So, since I hadn't made any transfers of these recordings, we pulled the records, washed the original records, and then put them on a turntable and just did a raw transfer from the original records onto digital. There has been no tampering with the file. There has been no noise reduction or anything else, but boy, these sound good because they're original network masters. So this is going to be a treat for all you people out there who want every single radio show or want to hear radio shows you've never heard before. It's going to be a treat for you from us at the Good Old Days of Radio Show for the next few weeks to feature some of these. Today, we have 2 15-minute comedy programs. Now, there weren't too many 15-minute comedy programs in radio, but there were a few. I guess Bob and Ray would be notable as one. Henry Morgan, before he went on to a half-hour show, would be notable as another. And what we have for you today is a little bit more obscure than Bob and Ray or Henry Morgan. It's Jack Kirkwood. Jack Kirkwood was a comedian along the lines of Henry Morgan and those guys. Never really achieved the type of fame and recognition that the others did, but nevertheless, his programs are kind of amusing and cute. So he started out with a 15-minute radio show, and I believe they went to a half-hour radio show a little bit later. If you want the entire history of the Jack Kirkwood Show, if you listen to these two that we're going to present to you today, and you want more information on the Jack Kirkwood Show, might I refer you to SPERDVAC, Society to Preserve and Encourage Radio, Drama, Variety, and Comedy. And SPERDVAC, you can find them on the internet, is a nonprofit group of people that collect and preserve radio shows. And back in the 1970s, when I was working for SPERDVAC as a part-time archivist, they had monthly meetings. At one of these monthly meetings came a man named Comerford. Now, I don't remember his first name. Scott comes to mind, but it could be something different, but it was Comerford. And Mr. Comerford was the head writer on the Jack Kirkwood Show. And he was a guest at one of the SPERDVAC meetings, which were all recorded and all available from SPERDVAC, I believe. If you contact them, you can get a copy of this. And there's an interview that runs about an hour, hour and a half with Mr. Comerford, describing Jack Kirkwood and all the behind-the-scenes stuff with the show. I haven't heard that. I was at that particular meeting. I heard it then, but I don't have a recording of it, and I have no way of fishing that out for you today. But if you're that interested in Jack Kirkwood, that's how you find him. SPERDVAC, SPERDVAC. All right, so for today, we have 2 15-minute episodes of the Jack Kirkwood Show. First one is from August 30th, 1945, which was a Thursday, and the second one is from August 31st, 1945, which was a Friday. Now, you will notice when you hear this, it's not what you would think of as a simple fill-in comedy show for 15 minutes. It's got a full orchestra, a full female singer, Jimmy Wallington, a very famous radio announcer, as the announcer on the show, and a sponsor, a big name sponsor. So he was pretty popular for a little while there. I don't know what time it aired, but it does say on the broadcast, they do say, join us again tomorrow evening. So I will assume it was an evening program, but I don't know exactly the time slot. So I don't need to particularly comment in between the two shows. So we'll just run them back to back, and then I'll have something to say at the end. So here, first one, August 30th, 1945, The Jack Kirkwood Show.
For Mommy, for Poppy, for Baby, for 66 years. Ivory Soap, 99 and 44 100% pure. Floating your way, The Jack Kirkwood Show, compliments of Ivory Soap.
Hi, neighbor, time to smile and say hi.
Ladies and gentlemen, you've all heard of the man who became perfect because he took pains. Well, here's a man who tried it and became a perfect pain, Jack Kirkwood.
I don't know who wrote. Thank you, Jimmy Wallington. And good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Jimmy, thanks for that painstaking introduction. And now, if you don't mind, I'll take over. Ladies and gentlemen.
Jack.
Ladies and gentlemen.
But, Jack.
All right, Wallington, what's on your mind?
Oh, it's very simple.
I know, but what's on it?
Now, look, Jack, you know the love scene you're doing in that sketch today?
Yeah.
The love scene? Well, I don't think you quite grasp the significance.
Listen, Wallington, I was doing love scenes when you were in rompers.
Yes, just 20 years ago.
That must have been interesting, a 20-year-old boy wearing rompers. But remember, James, I am a seasoned veteran of the theater. I'll never forget the smell of grease paint.
Oh, I saw you, and I'll never forget the smell either.
Remind me to let the air out of your head, Lil.
Well, I've got to be going, kids.
Good.
I have an important
Oh.
engagement at the stock exchange.
Righto. Selling a couple of cows, I suppose. He makes me tired, always putting on air. Why, do you know he has an upstairs maid and a downstairs maid?
Oh, what's unusual about that?
He lives in a bungalow. One story.
Say, by the way, Jackson, you were a half hour late picking me up this evening. What happened? Traffic trouble?
No, you know I have to stay under 40.
You've stayed under 40 for the last 10 years.
If you're as young as you'd like us to think, Jackson, how come you phoned the doctor?
Doctor, when did you first learn you were ailing?
Just today. A blonde, a redhead, and a brunette walked by.
Well, what happened to them?
Nothing. That's why I called the doctor.
Dive in and float your cares away. You'll say an ivory bath is okay. Ladies and gentlemen, Jack Kirkwood will stage a stunt. He will dive into an ivory bath.
Now, look, Wallington.
Oh, come on, Jack. It's only a 90-foot dive into that bathtub. Think of the publicity.
Yeah, for ivory soap.
Ah, the purity, the gentleness, the baby ways that soap has. For a relaxing bath, ivory's a sensation.
Then what am I doing 90 feet in the air?
You're gazing down at that water, so blue, and ivory floating there, so alluring. That's a bath to sink your bones into. So you're ready to dive. You take a deep breath.
Then I yell, is there a doctor in the house?
Gee, that's a good idea, Jack. More doctors advise ivory than any other soap. You jump. You land. You're sitting in an ivory bath. Ivory floats over to you. Gives with the lather. And what lather? Mild, mild, mild. Babies love it.
What about this, baby? What do I get for this stunt?
What do you get? You get refreshed, revived, pepped up, cooled, comforted, cuddled.
Sing, Jimmy, sing.
Dive in and float your cares away. You'll say an ivory bath is okay.
And up comes our romance department, pretty little Jeannie McKeon, with a gleam in her eye and a song in her heart. She will set us sighing with Homeward Bound.
Homeward bound, soon they'll be homeward bound. When the clouds roll by, they'll all come back to you. Homeward bound, soon they'll be homeward bound. To the ones they've missed and kissed a fond adieu. You'll stroll through the garden beside an ivy wall. We'll kiss in the moonlight. I can see it all. So we'll pray till the day comes round. When the clouds roll by and there'll be homeward
Thank you very much, Jeannie. Oh, if I could sing like that, I'd sound pretty silly for a man, wouldn't I? But on you it sounds good, Jeannie. To prove I like it, I'll take you over to the Madhouse Little Theater.
Today, the Madhouse, comedy, drama, and utter confusion players take off their shoes, shift their quids, and quick like a bunny become our backward friends from the backwoods, the Jeepers Cooney family. As our play opens, Ma Cooney is bringing Jeeper a pillow so he can relax after a hard day's loafing. Curtain, music.
She'll be coming round the mountain when she comes. She'll be coming round the mountain when she comes.
Oh, Jeeper, you'll have to get that mule out of here. This house ain't big enough for the two of us.
Yeah, I noticed you've been putting on a little weight lately, Mom.
One of these days, that mean old critter's going to haul off and kick someone.
Oh, small. You know how smart that mule is. I don't want you to hurt his feelings. Ma didn't really mean it, Roscoe.
Yes, I did. Either he goes or I go.
Well, don't think I ain't going to miss you, Ma.
Oh, Jeeper.
I'll sing it again with you if you like. Just start off taking on the key a little high.
I ain't singing, Pa. I'm crying.
Never could tell the difference myself.
You weren't like this when we were first married.
Oh, don't feel that way, Ma. Why, when you come near me, I still get that old feeling.
You do?
Yep, I itch all over.
But, Pa, why do you like to have that mule around here?
Well, to me, Roscoe's just like one of the family, only prettier.
Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome, Roscoe. You're welcome.
Hey, Pa, haul out them barbed wire snippers and cut this hair away that's hanging in front of my face.
That's right. You haven't had your hair cut in so long, I can't rightly recollect just what you look like. Well, here I go. Boy, that was a tough one there.
There, it's all cut off. How do I look now?
Well, let's just glue it back on and forget the whole thing. Unlatch and trek in.
Hi, folks.
Who is it, Ma?
Well, why don't you turn your head and look? It's Effie.
Who's Effie?
I'm your daughter, Pa.
Oh, yeah, the one we forgot to drown.
Hey, folks, I found myself a new boyfriend and brung him home.
Why?
Oh, come on, Cadwallader, and take my hand. I'll lead you in the house.
Oh, but Effie, you promised to take me back to Hogjaw Junction before dark.
Sounds just like that darn Roscoe, doesn't it?
Oh, don't be in such a hurry. I want you to meet my folks first.
Now, what ails the boy, daughter? Why are you leading him by the hand?
Oh, he's awful nearsighted, Pa. Blind as a bat without his glasses.
Yeah. Somebody stole him just before I met Effie.
I'll bet it was Effie. Smart gal, my Effie.
Who's Effie?
I don't know.
That's you.
I've heard her name, but I never saw her.
Since Cadwallader can't see me, I want you to tell him how pretty I am.
Oh, pretty ain't the word for it. As a matter of fact, I don't even know what the word is myself. I gotta get some new teeth.
Oh, quit your jawing, Pa. It's time to put the victuals on the
With your
table.
pawn jaw. Oh, yeah. Well, why can't we eat off on the floor like we do usually?
Well, I'm tired of picking the splinters out of your teeth.
Okay, seeing as how we got company, I'll do her this once.
Hey, folks, we don't have to eat hominy grits tonight. I brought some victuals up from town. They're called canned peaches.
Never heard of them. Let me try one. Not so bad once you get through the rind.
Don't you know you're supposed to take them out of the can?
I didn't. Oh. Why didn't you tell me that when I still had my teeth?
Oh, Effie, where's your manners? When you got company, don't reach in the pot with both hands. One hand is a plenty.
Oh, well, doggone, we almost went and passed up old Roscoe. Have some victuals, Roscoe.
You mean to say you eat at the same table with a mule?
Why, sure. He ain't fussy. Only trouble is the pigs get jealous once in a while. All right. You want a second helping? Here you are, Roscoe.
Do you understand what that mule says?
Oh, just the simple stuff. He gets over my head once in a while.
Oh, jeepers, it's your turn to clear the table.
Okay, Mom. All cleared. Mind if I catch myself 40 winks or so?
Oh, but Mr. Cooney, what about Effie taking me back to Hogjaw Junction before dark?
Well, only if you stop at the preacher and marry her first.
But can I wait until I get my new glasses and see what she looks like?
No, that would spoil everything.
Listen, you marry up with my daughter, we'll just let you wander around loose till you fall down a well.
I got to choose between your daughter and a well?
That's right. Of course, the well ain't deep as it used to be. 8 other guys in there ahead of you.
Oh, you really could do worse than marrying me, Cadwallader.
Why, sure, look at me. I married her mother.
All right, Effie. I'll marry you if you take me back to Hogjaw Junction before dark.
Oh, goody. I got me a husband. I got me a
Oh,
husband.
constrain yourself, gal. Don't start frying your fish till you get some in the pan.
Well, goodbye, Mr. Cooney.
And goodbye, Cadwallader. Come over here and shake my hand.
Oh, over here?
No, that ain't me. That's the mule.
Look out for his hind
Look
legs.
out there, son. No! Why, goodness Well, guys, gee whillikins, look at him go.
Goodbye, Cadwallader. Oh.
Well, anyhow, he got back to Hogjaw Junction before dark.
Yeah, but what about Effie?
Oh, who's Effie?
Thanks, lad. That was way down yonder in New Orleans, played by Irving Miller and the boys. We know that number was played in their own inimitable or all-out style because we're still dodging pieces of plaster falling from the ceiling. And now a musical message from Jeannie and James.
Oh, your hands can have it, yes, indeed.
Ivory soap is what you need. Your hands can have that ivory look in just 12 days. Your hands can have a younger look, new whiteness and new softness.
Oh, your hands can have that ivory look.
Use Ivory soap for washing dishes. If the wrong soap's made your fingertips catchy, the knuckles red, the skin coarse, try a cake of ivory. Mild, mild, mild.
Oh, your hands can have that ivory look.
Baby's Ivory with Baby Ways beautifies your hands. For skin care, Ivory is advised by doctors over any other soap. For dishes, costs about a penny a day. Your hands can have that ivory look in just 12 days.
Mind if I take the floor now, Bertram?
Not at all, Algy, old boy. We don't take it too far. I may need it again.
Oh, I say you're clever.
Oh, no, I'm Kirkwood.
Well, how do you do?
Do you mind if I stop at this drugstore and buy some bandages? My wife has something to tell me, and she's afraid I'll be all cut up.
Oh, not at all. And get me some cleaning fluid, will you?
Why?
I had pitch on my hands when I was looking at a picture of my friend Charlie Wing. And I got some pitch on wing.
You got some what?
Pitch on wing. Pitch on wing.
Oh, pigeon wing. Yes, I'd love to. Looks like we dehydrated another one and sorted away for the winter. We'll be starting on a fresh one about the same time tomorrow. Thanks for steaming along with us today, neighbors. Till tomorrow, this is Jack Kirkwood saying good night.
The Jack Kirkwood Show will be on again tomorrow night. Compliments of Ivory soap. For Mommy, for Poppy, for Baby, for 66 years. Ivory soap, 99 and 44 100% pure. It floats. This is Jimmy Wallington reminding you to keep on saving used fat. It's still vitally needed for peacetime supplies, so save every drop every day. This is CBS, the Columbia Broadcasting System. For Mommy, for Poppy, for Baby, for 66 years. Ivory soap, 99 and 44 100% pure. Floating your way, the Jack Kirkwood Show. Compliments of Ivory soap.
Hi, neighbor, time to smile and say hi.
Ladies and gentlemen, we now bring you a man who can quit show business and retire whenever he wants to. He has the biggest country seat I've ever seen. Jack Kirkwood.
Thank you, Jimmy Wallington. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Jimmy, thanks for that exaggerated introduction. Having you on this program with me is making me to suffer with gladness. Well, one more introduction like that, and I'm going to get mad. I'm going to get furious. And you know what's going to happen?
Nah, what?
I'm going to get my head bashed in like I always do.
Ah, don't get mad, Jackson. All I meant was you've been in show business a long time, haven't you?
Too true, James. I was on the stage when I was 3 years old. In fact, I'm the only actor who ever laid eggs in an incubator.
Do you come from a family of actors, Jack?
No, I brought them all with me. Oh, Lily, no. My family were all writers. My mother writes songs nobody will sing. My father writes stories nobody will read. My brother writes checks nobody will cash.
Well, don't you ever long to quit radio and go back to the stage?
Well, you haven't heard anything, have you?
Of course not.
The boys didn't get in town already.
But I just know that you have vaudeville in your blood.
Yes, and if you listen closely, you can hear my corpuscles hissing. But vaudeville was great. I remember a magician would come out on the stage, say a few words, and a rabbit would disappear. Then I'd come out, say a few words, and the audience would disappear.
I notice that still happens every once in a while.
Oh, you can read if you want to. Now, wait a minute, Gene. I don't want any of your lip. On second thought, maybe I do. Meat's still a little scarce. But you'll have to pardon me now while I go meet my new girl.
New girl?
Yes, Hetty. Hetty Lapidus. She's gorgeous. Last night we sat in the parlor before the fire. She stroked my hair.
Hair?
All right. She patted the roots. What a cute blonde she is.
I might have known. Blondes. All the time it's blondes. You like all blondes.
I do not.
Name one.
Nelson Eddy. After all, what's he got that I haven't got?
Shortening bread. I can see very well that you're an idiot.
You can't talk to me like that.
Oh, I can't, eh? Well, what are you going to do about it?
Knock this chip off my shoulder.
Okay.
Knock it off again.
Yeah.
See, folks, he does everything I say. I got him buffaloed.
Hop in and float your cares away. You'll say an ivory bath is okay.
The bathtub tenor, Jimmy Wallington.
I've got it, Jack, I've got it. The most dramatic setting for an ivory bath.
Hollywood Bowl?
Nope, the fountain at Rockefeller Plaza in New York City.
Oh, great. You lolling in the waters beneath that beautiful fountain.
And the flags of all nations waving overhead.
But what'll Mr. Rockefeller say?
Well, he'll be delighted. The crowds will flock to see that cake of ivory floating bravely in the rushing waters of the fountain. And I'll hold up great gobs of that ivory lather. Mild. It's got baby waves.
But have you no modesty?
Modesty? Why, I'm proud of ivory. Proud that more doctors advise it than any other soap. Proud that it's been baby soap for 66 years.
Relax, Wallington.
Precisely. Ah, the relaxation. The refreshment you get in an ivory bath.
But, Jimmy, Rockefeller Plaza?
You know there's only one hitch?
No.
Yeah. Can I get the fountain to spout hot water? Hop in and float your cares away. You'll say an ivory bath is okay.
And now, stepping gracefully through the orchestra, avoiding the old racing forms, 3 song pluggers, and the maestro's bare feet, comes pretty little Jeannie McKeon, raring to regale us with There, I've Said It Again.
I love you, there's nothing to hide. It's better than burning inside. I love you, no use to pretend. There, I've said it again. I've said it, what more can I say? Believe me, there's no other way. I love you, I will to the end. There, I've said it again. I've tried to drum up a phrase that would sum up all that I feel for you. But what good are phrases? The thought that amazes is you love me. It's heavenly. Forgive me for wanting you so. But one thing I want you to know, I've loved you since heaven knows when. There, I've said it again. There's one thing I want you to know, I've loved you since heaven knows when. There, I've gone and said it.
Howdy. And now, if you'll hurry, I'll take you over to the Madhouse Little Theater.
Today, the Madhouse, comedy, drama, and ooh, goody, ham without points players present another flaming drama of the Untamed West. Today's searing saga is entitled, We're Not Shooting Dice, Mother, Those Rattling Bones Are Your Own. Our scene is the Buzzard's Best Saloon, owned and operated by Susanna Agatha Hetherington, otherwise known as Sloppy Sue. We find a tall cowpuncher just punching his way through the swinging doors. Curtain, music.
Well, howdy, Slapper, howdy.
Well, fry my toes and call me tenderfoot. If it ain't Cactus Pete. Howdy, Cactus.
Howdy, Slapper, howdy. How you been?
Howdy. Oh, Cactus. I ain't seen you since they put your picture up in the post office.
Good un, too.
What's happened? You're getting all thin.
Been a-running, dropped 60 pounds.
Oh, you're still a little blubbery around the middle, though.
Yeah, reckon I didn't drop it far enough. You're looking right pert, though, gal.
Oh, I'm finer than frog hair.
You're looking good. Doggone, you shaved.
Nope. Just bleached my face fuzz so it wouldn't show.
Thought you'd been using the blowtorch again. Well, you know you sure give a movie star tough competition.
You mean like Lana Turner?
No, Gabby Hayes. But I love you just the same. Let me crush you in my arm.
Oh, but
Oh,
Cactus.
come on. You know, I think you look better with your bones on the outside. Kind of reveals your inner personality.
Consarn you, Cactus. You call yourself a man? You ain't even half a one.
Half of what?
Half a one.
Half of one? I don't mind if I do. Thank you, Sloppy. I'm a little thirsty.
Why, you sturgeon-eyed sheep herder, you done me out of another drink.
Oh, don't get mad.
I'm through with you. From now on, I'm Polecat Chair.
Polecat, why that ornery critter? I forgot about him. Him and me's got a score to settle.
Why? What'd he do?
He's been derogating around that I'm so crooked I have to screw my socks on.
Oh, go on. That is bad.
Sure it is. I don't wear socks.
I heard him running down your bad name. He claims you stole his bulletproof vest.
Calling Cactus Pete a thief, is he? Why, that venomous viper, that cantankerous cobra, he's went and riled me now. My blood's a-biling. I'm so mad I could chaw up an anvil and expectorate window weights.
Cactus, don't do nothing hasty.
Where's that polecat? I'll kill him. I'll massacre him. I'll turn him inside out and stuff him down his own throat with my teeth. Where is he?
He's in the next room.
He is? Well, if he wants me, he knows where he can find me.
Somebody out here talking about me?
Well, it's Polecat. Howdy, Polecat.
Howdy, polecat.
Howdy.
Howdy, Polecat.
Howdy.
Nice day, ain't it, polecat?
Oh, it's you, Cactus Pete.
Yes, it's me.
Why, you slimy, sneaking, thick-headed, thieving, low, verminous varmint?
Low?
Yeah, low. You stole my bulletproof vest.
I did not. You call me one more name and I'll slug you.
All right, you rat.
That ain't the name.
Well, I'll try again. You dog.
No.
Pig.
You're getting warm. You better watch out. You don't know my own strength.
Well, we'll see how tough you are. You stole my bulletproof vest, and I'm going to tear you in two.
Tear me in two. That's silly. Why, you little... Ow! Get out! Go! Ow!
Oh, are you hurt, Cactus?
Which one of me are you talking to?
You're just stalling, Cactus. Nobody's going to steal my bulletproof vest and get away with it.
I didn't do it so well. Ow! Ow! He got me, Sue. I'm a-going. Lean down close, Sloppy.
Polecat, you ought to be ashamed shooting Cactus. He ain't ever stole nothing in his life. You're not really hurt, are you? How come?
I got on a bulletproof vest. Now's my chance to plug Polecat. Watch.
You shot me, Cactus. I seen you. Can't feel nothing, though. Wonder what Well, doggone, look what's under my shirt. It's my bulletproof vest.
Please.
Must have had it on since I took that bath last month.
Cactus, if he's got the vest, what have you got on?
Darned if I know, gal. I thought it was. I found it while I was rummaging around through your saloon safe. Let's see what it is. I'll pull my shirt up a mite here.
Cactus, that's my corset.
It is?
It was them whalebones that stopped the bullet.
I got it.
Look at it. It's all shot up. Consarn
Oh,
you.
but Sloppy, I didn't
Oh,
know.
you ought to know that weren't no bulletproof vest. What'd you think them straps was for?
I didn't know, but I've been hanging my guns from him.
Where's my
Hurts my knees a
six-shooter?
little, now, wait a minute.
Where's my...
Please. Ow!
Oh, what are you shooting for, Susie?
He was a-wearing my corset, and that's a stretching things too far.
Thanks, lads. I'd finished that. It would have been love is just around the corner. Served up by Irving Miller and his short order boys. They really brought down the house that time. They also brought the program manager down to see what all the racket was about. And while I take the poor guy out and explain, Jeannie and Jimmy will take over.
Oh, your hands can have it, yes indeed.
Ivory soap is what you need.
Your hands can have that ivory look in just 12 days.
Your hands can have a younger look, new whiteness and new softness.
Oh, your hands can have that ivory look.
Use Ivory soap for washing dishes. If the wrong soap's made your fingertips catchy, the knuckles red, the skin coarse, try a cake of Ivory. Mild, mild, mild.
Oh, your hands can have that ivory look.
Baby's Ivory with Baby Ways beautifies your hands. For skin care, Ivory is advised by doctors over any other soap. For dishes, cost about a penny a day. Your hands can have that ivory look in just 12 days.
Well, neighbors, looks like we wound up another one good and tight. We've set the alarm for Monday about the same time. Thanks for letting us give you a ring today, neighbors. Thanks for your grand cards and letters of this past week. Have a nice weekend. Take mighty good care of yourselves. Till Monday, this is Jack Kirkwood saying good night.
The Jack Kirkwood Show will be on again Monday night. Compliments of Ivory soap. For Mommy, for Poppy, for Baby, for 66 years. Ivory soap, 99 and 44 100% pure. It floats. This is Jimmy Wallington reminding you to keep on saving used fat. It's still vitally needed for peacetime supplies. So save every drop, every day. This is CBS, the Columbia Broadcasting System.
Okay, there's obscure 1940s goofy comedy for you. The Kirkwood Theater of the Air is what he calls his little comedy skits, and they're pretty good. They're certainly nothing to sneeze at. It's not on the level of Fred Allen or something like Jack Benny, but it's certainly interesting kind of dad joke, corny humor stuff. So I hope you liked it. If you do, let us know at the Good Old Days of Radio Show. Make a comment on Facebook, write us on the website, whatever. But let us know because I have a whole lot more Jack Kirkwood shows we could play if you all find it amusing enough and want me to do it. That's up to you. I mean, you got two episodes here. If you can decide if you want us to play more or if that's enough Jack Kirkwood in your life. All right, until Thursday and our great adventure series continuing, this is John Tefteller in the Good Old Days of Radio Show saying thank you for listening and goodbye.